don't need superstitions.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
In a lifetime of achievement and triumph, there must ultimately be a best and last performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus proudly presents the greatest wild animal trainer of all time, Gunther Gable Williams.
This is the farewell tour of Gunther Gable Williams, your last chance to see him perform in the greatest show on earth.
How about the issue of commitment? Are there times that sometimes you doubt your commitment?
There are times when you doubt it, when things get rough, but I mean, we love it too much to ever doubt it. We've got too much on the line, and it's just something that we believe in 100%.
You just met Eric Horvitz of Dynagroove, and as you can hear, it's not always roses no matter what level of the industry you're in. Let's return to Dynagroove's practice den, dubbed the Dyna Dump. And as we take you on their guided tour of their East Falls facility, we'll meet a band that's cleverly original and poised to party. But first, the tour.
Well, we call it the dump for a reason.
We weren't going to be bothering anyone here at all, since it's an industrial area, and we could just as easily have a 1,000-pound stamp machine going all day, and it wouldn't bother anyone.
We do make a lot of noise here.
Yeah.
Squatters' rights. We just found the place, moved in, we locked the doors. Nobody's bothered us since.
Actually, we were under a little bit of pressure since we had to get out of Eric's basement in a hurry. So I was just driving around back here, and I had heard from someone else that there might be space around here, and drove back here, and we found it.
You know, we're no nonsense, no frills, you know.
We felt right at home here. Just when we came in, we said, this was us. This was us. We didn't want anything fancy.
We decorated it in little ways.
We did do it. We had an interior designer come in. They were dump design. It's they're not too well known in this area. They came in. Well, what they did is they provided material out of dumpsters from other buildings, and showed us what to do with it, and that's what we did. As you can see, you know, everything here was found from a dumpster from other buildings.
Tell me a little bit about how you would describe the music of Dynagroove.
What, how we write the songs? I guess we come in here, me and Eric, I guess, basically. We get a groove, yeah, sloppy drunk. We get some kind of groove worked out, then we just put it all together. Like guitar, bass, you know.
We try to get a general vibe going with the music and the idea of the song. And, you know, the music's very groove-oriented, and it's kind of like a, you know, not a philosophical sort of music. Not that we're not philosophers. All of us are Rhodes Scholars, I think, especially now.
Basically what they do is they get the groove established and then add a beginning and end. And some words, I guess. Some lyrics.
So then when do you come in and the rest of the guys?
Usually around 7 o'clock. That's about when I come in. No, They put down a basic drum, bass, and guitar line, and then by the time we get here, they have something worked out, and then we all work it up together, and what you get is the finished groove product.
Talk a little bit about some of that freewheeling jamming that you do.
Well, we like the groove to be a loose thing and something that has room for improvisation. And, you know, we just like to let it loose and let it go. Not something that's just kind of, you know, structured. It's structured a little bit, but...
I think our songs now are more structured, but we still have a few in the set that we jam on for a while. All depends how we feel, you know. It's mostly about feeling, really.
It's also, when you're playing 15 shows a month and you're playing the same songs, you kind of want to throw in a little curves here and there and a couple variations. And I mean, some of our songs are set up so that there's just some free space in them to do what you want. Some of them are just jam songs. I'd say about...
Everyone's laughing, Woody.
That's because at times I can get carried away.
Okay.
I'll admit it. I can get carried away, and
So it's more like an excuse for like...
we have this thing we call hyperspace, and I fall prey to it now and then, and I come out of the jam playing a completely different song. You know, it happens. But that's the risk we take.
It's definitely different, you know. Most of the drummers that I, you know, grew up with, you know, they're like solo this, solo that. You really gotta like lay back and, you know, listen to the groove, and it's definitely for like a different, you know, type of drummer. It's not, you know, funk isn't for everybody. It's very difficult to play. I try to play it. I mean, I'm not that great at it, but, you know, I work hard at trying to do it. Same with the ska, too. It's not easy to play. People think it's just a straight beat, and that's bull. It's not a straight beat. There's a type of feel, a groove that you have to get that makes it sound so good.
Our first idea for the band was maybe to be like a fraternity band. We'd just get together and play. And then there was just a point where we said we could take this as far as we want it. And that's when we started to just make this a full-time occupation. And that's our commitment is there, because 2 years later, we're still here, we're still playing, and we see ourselves going pretty far.
The sign outside?
She thought the uniform was quite odd.
I really do need the job.
Dressed as a pilgrim, she'll be his next victim.
She is not a witch!
The very fires of hell appeared at her command.
What's a modern girl like you
I just want to go back where I came from.
doing in Salem back in 1692?
Somebody please!
With no one who will come to a witch's rescue. Tales from the dark side.
Tonight at 11 on PHL 17.
Excuse me, what if you wanted a new TV or VCR? My wife would buy it. I hate shopping.
Well, what would make it better?
Salespeople who know something.
How about a place with great salespeople, low prices, and no hassle returns?
What's the catch?
No catch.
Right. So tell me who they are.
Wall-to-wall sound and video, the home entertainment leader.
Did my wife put you up to this?
Huh?
Well, that's where she always goes. Where is she? Honey?
Cool it off, baby. Don't miss a spot. Diet Box root beer is cold when you're hot. Diet Box tastes right. Diet Box tastes so right. It's the Diet soft drink with all the taste you like.
You can raise the IQ of the phone you already own with one simple call to Bell of Pennsylvania. You can get repeat call, where your phone keeps dialing till you get through. Priority call, where a special ring tells you who's calling. Even return call, where your phone returns calls you can't get to. Call now to order, and nobody has to come and hook you up. You can even get three-way calling.
How are you?
Call Bell of Pennsylvania for IQ services from the intelligent network of Bell Atlantic.
The successes of the Hooters bolstered the hopes of club and garage bands alike. First, the music. The Hooters brought an R&B, reggae, and ska mix to the forefront of rock and roll rhythms. The writing team of Eric Brazilian and Rob Hyman broke ground with a variety of danceable and singable tunes while growing up in this city of stars. Among other greats, Bill Haley and the Comets, Chubby Checker, Fabian, and more recently, Hall & Oates, all got their musical jumpstart here. And the Hooters have not forgotten where their career kicked into gear.
People didn't really know about us, but we were a Philly band who had 2 albums out. But that was a problem. Nobody knew about it. So it wasn't such a drive to get a record deal for us. It was a drive to just get our music happening and get an audience to listen. I think that's still like the most important way to get started, you know. I mean, that's the foundation.
Plus, the town's a real voracious rock and roll town. The Stones usually start their tour here. Bowie likes to play here at the beginning of his tour, so it's a good jumping off point for a lot of major acts as well, because they know that they're going to have a great audience. So
that's right. When other bands come here, it's always been one of their favorite towns. That's why it was frustrating for us, and I'm sure a lot of local musicians, because you have this major city that just couldn't really get a music scene going, especially through the 70s. It seemed like after Hall & Oates left and Todd Rundgren, those were the biggest stars for a while. And then, you know, each year a band would get signed and a record would come out, but nothing really happened, I think, until the 80s. And we started playing 80, 81, and I think the city was ripe. You know, I think a lot of it was really the timing for us, because it's a great rock and roll town, but they didn't have any homegrown stuff that they could get behind. And now there's a lot of bands from this area that are really making some noise nationally, and record companies are coming here again, and you know, I think it's really turned around in a big way.
Yeah, it was great when we finally started touring nationally and then internationally, because we'd always find people from Philadelphia, or they'd find us. We were in Australia in December of '85, and this guy is in the audience with a Drexel University sign, and he came back and hung out with us.
Right.
The Philadelphia area has been very, very good to me. Because I signed Brittany Fox, the record company I work for. We've got the Hooters, we've got John Eddie out in here. That's a great area. Philadelphia, I think, is probably the most exciting place on the Northeast Coast, on the East Coast of America. Great club scene, great infrastructure for lawyers, managers, club owners. Works.
They have the Hooters dance party, man. That was hilarious.
I think really right from the beginning, I always felt there was something really special the first nights we played. And then especially when we came into Philly, we played Grendel's every Monday night. And that was where you really saw it growing every week. You know, the audience would double and triple. And then by the end, it was sold out. And, you know, it was summertime and just a line around the block. And we had started, I guess, in February or something. And by the summer, it was really peaking. And all with our music, you know, even the covers that we did were real obscure reggae things or a lot of ska tunes, and then most of it was original stuff. So people were coming to hear our music, and that's the strongest shot you can get, you know. I mean, that's when we really decided, let's make some records and let's get this thing out. But that all happened at once, and MMR came down, and we started to get some airplay with some early demos, which were very rough, you know, and, you know, even in that rough state, you could see that